Be positive in every situation. Every morning at 4:45 a.m., long before the city of Lucknow stirred awake, Savitri Devi lit her single-burner stove in a cramped one-room rental in the slums of Gomti Nagar. Her frail hands moved with muscle memory boiling tea, folding her old cotton sari, tying her grey hair into a tight bun. She had been a house help for 40 years. Widowed young, she raised her 3 children scrubbing floors, washing dishes, and cleaning bathrooms in middle-class homes. Her employers changed over time, some kind, some cruel, but her routine never did. 5 houses, 6 days a week. At 65, her knees creaked, her back bent, but her spirit surprisingly remained upright. People often asked, "Dadi, how do you smile so much?" Savitri would chuckle, tapping her forehead. "Worrying won't pay rent, beta, but smiling might earn me a cup of chai." One Thursday afternoon, after finishing work at the Srivastava household, Savitri returned home to find her youngest son, Deepak, sitting on the floor with his head in his hands. "Ma," he said without lifting his head, "I've been laid off." Deepak had been working as a security guard. The building management had cut down staff due to budget issues. It wasn't the first time he'd lost a job. "But, Ma," he said, looking up, "this time, I don't know how we'll manage. Your medicines, our rent." Savitri sat beside him and placed her hand on his shoulder. "We'll eat less, sleep more, and keep trying. Don't let one closed door make you blind to the rest of the road." Deepak didn't reply, but her calmness puzzled him. He didn't know that Savitri had once sold her Mangal Sutra to afford his school admission, or that she had walked 6 kilometers to work after a leg injury just so he wouldn't go hungry. To her, pain wasn't new. What was new was choosing to smile anyway. Savitri's next stop was the Kapoor household, where 9-year-old Tara adored her. Unlike her mother, who barely acknowledged Savitri, Tara would sit with her while she folded laundry. "Auntie, don't your hands hurt?" she asked once. "A little," Savitri replied, smiling. "But you know what helps?" "What?" "Humming songs while working." From that day, Tara began humming too. Soon, they sang old Bollywood songs together. One day, Mrs. Kapoor overheard and snapped, "Tara, don't waste time with the maid." Tara looked confused. "But she's my friend." Mrs. Kapoor rolled her eyes. "She's paid to clean, not chat." Savitri lowered her eyes, quietly folding the last towel. But before leaving, she turned to Tara and whispered, "Never stop being kind, beta. Even if the world tells you not to." Weeks passed. Deepak still hadn't found a job. The rent was overdue. Savitri's blood pressure medication was running out. One evening, she sat quietly, staring at the empty medicine packet. A sharp headache pulsed behind her eyes. For a brief moment, the walls felt too tight, the air too heavy. Was this the edge of breaking? But then, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and remembered something her mother used to say: "When life gets too loud, listen to your own breath. It's been with you since birth, and it has never betrayed you." She didn't cry. Instead, she made tea for Deepak and sat beside him. Tomorrow is a new day, she said softly. He looked at her, eyes filled with guilt. How do you stay positive, Ma? She smiled. Because if I don't, who will? That Sunday, while walking to work, Savitri slipped on the wet pavement and fell. A sharp pain shot through her hip. A passerby helped her up. The local clinic confirmed her worst fear, a hairline fracture. 2 weeks minimum rest, the doctor said. No work. But I can't afford to rest. You can't afford to walk with a broken hip either. For the first time in decades, Savitri missed work. Her employers, except one, didn't pay her for the missed days. The lone exception was Tara's mother, who reluctantly sent half her wages via Google Pay, saying, "Don't make it a habit." The cupboards grew emptier. Deepak tried selling vegetables on a rented cart, but barely made enough for dinner. But even then, Savitri smiled. When a neighbor asked how she was managing, she replied, "At least I have a roof and my son with me." Some don't even have that. During her recovery, Tara came to visit with a handmade card that said, "You are stronger than superheroes." Savitri's eyes welled up. "I miss singing with you," Tara said. That night, Savitri asked Deepak to record her singing a lullaby. She uploaded it to YouTube with Tara's help. They named the channel Dadi Ki Awaaz. To their surprise, the video got 3,000 views. Then 10,000. Comments poured in. "Reminds me of my Nani. Thank you. So soothing. Please post more, Daddy. I'm in tears. Sending love." The channel grew, not into a business, but into something more powerful, a community. People sent small donations. One woman even offered to pay for her medicine for 6 months. Positivity, it seemed, was contagious. A few months later, Savitri returned to work with a walking stick but a straighter spine. She resumed her jobs but reduced them to 3 houses. She focused more on Dadi Ki Awaaz. With Tara's help, she learned to record better audio. Deepak began editing videos. One of her lullabies reached 100k views. An NGO reached out, asking if she'd speak to domestic workers on hope and healing. Nervous, she agreed. At the event, she stood in a simple cotton sari, holding a mic with trembling fingers, and said, "I have cleaned toilets and floors for 4 decades. I've faced loss, poverty, pain, but I chose to smile. Not because my life was easy, but because I refused to let hardship make me bitter." Being positive is not pretending everything is fine. It is saying, "Even this I can face." The crowd gave her a standing ovation. 1 year after her fall, Savitri moved into a slightly larger room with a window that let sunlight in. Her YouTube channel crossed 500k subscribers. Not for glamour or trends, but for peace, warmth, and authenticity. People from around the world sent her letters. Some even called her their virtual daddy. She still worked part-time in homes by choice, not necessity. One afternoon, Tara's mother invited her for tea. "I judged you," she admitted. "I'm sorry." Savitri smiled gently. "People only give what they have. Now you're giving kindness." Later that evening, she told Deepak, "Sometimes, life isn't about winning. It's about staying human when you have every reason not to." Dear reader, you might be walking through something dark. Maybe you've lost your way, or your faith, or your joy. Let me tell you something from a woman who scrubbed floors to feed her kids and sang lullabies to calm her own pain. You can still smile. Even now, especially now, positivity is not for the privileged. It is for the broken who choose not to stay broken. It is for people like us who rise, not because life is easy, but because we are stronger than we think. With all my heart, Savitri Devi,